back. Today is a second day in a row of the collector's case. Like I said in my previous episode, I ordered 4 past boxes. 3 of them were the chance of getting an autograph. 1 was a sure thing box. This is now the second day in a row that I've come home to a collector's case on my doorstep. And I'm going to go ahead and unbox it for you. The first one we did was the, can't remember now, I believe it was called the March 2017. And that was the one that had the chance of Geordie LaForge, played by Lamar Burton, for Star Trek Next Generation. If you don't know who that is, he is the guy with the visor in the Star Trek TV show. I was really hoping to get him, but I was not successful in pulling that autograph. I really want to try again, but at the same time I just don't want to receive the same stuff and not get the autograph. So I'm don't know if I'm going to try again, but who knows, maybe I will. Anyway, let's move on to what we've received today, and this is listed as the April 2017 box. Don't remember who this box was for, but I'm sure once we see a certain style of genre come out of the box, we'll know exactly who it is, or at least I'll know exactly who it is. Let's go ahead and... Alright, so the first item out of the box is a 13-pin set for Hobbit. That tells me exactly already who we got in the box, or who the autograph is supposed to be. I will go ahead and let you know this is the sure thing case, so I know that I've got one in the bottom of this box. But yeah, there is the Hobbit pin set. Not really a fan of these pins. I'm not really a pin fan overall, but if you do them unique enough, or you do them with a great design, I am as excited for them as the next person. But these are literally just the arm bar back ones, so not a fan. I want something with a little bit more effort put into it, not something that's just kind of cheap to me. I don't really like those. Next item out of the box is a Titans figure, and we've received a few of these, and you've seen me unbox a couple over the last few days. I believe I unboxed a Predator one, a Doctor Who one, and I believe that's all the vinyl figures that we have. I played a little bit of the Dragon Age video game. I couldn't really get into it because it was mostly story and not enough playing. So I'm not going to know who this character is, and I just dropped something. Looks like it is a weapon. Yeah, it looks like an arrow. It is my favorite kind of woman, a redhead. Not sure which character this is, so let me know if I scored or if I got a crappy character. I do find this character appealing, but that's just me. Not a bad figure. I'm actually starting to like the Titan vinyl figures. They're really not bad. I am kind of liking them. Let's go ahead and get into some of these other mystery minis that I see that are in here. This is to a game called Hero Clicks. It is a kind of like a tabletop board game, but it doesn't really have a board per se. I'm destroying the box. I should probably just cut this tape and be done with it, like that. Simple as that. But these Hero Clicks are for Lord of the Rings. So we have an unknown character. This is Grima Wormtongue. I believe she's from one of the Hobbit movies, isn't she? But this is Grima Wormtongue. I'll take a closer picture because I doubt you're going to be able to see that. And there are little ways to click through her options on the bottom, on her base. I'm not really familiar with the game itself, I have been wanting to try it, and her player card right there. But I was originally planning on, one of my buddies plays this game quite often, and I was originally planning on buying a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles set, obviously, and seeing if I could get into it. But who knows, maybe my first set will now be Lord of the Rings, because I now have two, and the second one is Hammer. Not familiar, again, with Hammer. It's been a long time since I've watched Lord of the Rings or the Hobbit movies, so I might just have to do a trilogy kind of run through this weekend, I guess. But that is the two hero clicks. I believe that's all the hero clicks that we have coming out of the box. We've got a shirt, which I'll do a little later. Looks like we got another mystery pop, which I'll do a little bit later. We got a 8-sided die, blue, and the 20-sided die, also blue, kind of baby blue. That is actually kind of cool, especially for the hero clicks that you just got. I like that. Oh, it's not just 2 die, it is a full die set. So it's got the normal 6-sided die, the 8-sided, 12-sided, 20-sided die, 40-sided die. It's got the entire set. It just popped open and released 2 of them, which is what I saw. You know, I've actually been meaning to buy a set of these or 2, just to have for whichever game may need it. You never know what we're going to be doing. So I actually really, really like that item. That one is a win for me. Next item out of the box is Season 5 Game of Thrones cards. Probably don't have to tell you, not a fan of cards, but let's see if we got anything special or autography. I know some of these have chances for autographs. I'm not sure if the Game of Thrones are one like that. I'll do a picture of the cards so that you guys can see them as well. I'm not going to hold each one of them up to the camera. Doesn't look like we got anything in that pack. And the final pack doesn't look like we got anything in that pack. So yeah, cards, not really a fan of. Next item out of the box is a card of some sort for Dungeons and Dragons Rock, Paper, Wizard. And it looks like an extra card, like maybe something you could buy separate, because I actually have the Dungeons and Dragons Rock, Paper, Wizard game right here. So that, I've really been getting into board games lately, so getting a board game in a box is awesome. It forces you to get out of your comfort zone with the normal board games that you play, and you might find something that you absolutely love. So absolutely a huge fan of that. Absolutely a huge fan of that. Love that. We got the spoiler book and the autograph on the bottom. I'll just go ahead and do the shirt first then. We've got a black shirt. And it is in the Dungeons and Dragons theme. This says Dungeon Master, established 1974. And this is almost like a biker design that you'd see normally on the back of a leather jacket you see on a biker, which I actually really kind of like that design. And this will get a few likes and a few wears out of me. I never played Dungeons and Dragons as a kid. About as far as I made it as a kid in that game is creating my character, but my Dungeon Master or my DM or GM or whatever you want to call him never started the actual campaign. So that's where it stopped. I recently got into Dungeons and Dragons and Pathfinder as of recently. I played my first campaign and I absolutely loved it. So I'm looking for another campaign. I want to play again. but it's really hard to get a consistent following to come back on a regular basis that to game with. So that's been our biggest downfall, but I look forward to doing that hopefully soon again. So yeah, that's a big win for me. Big win. The next item is Power Rangers, and this is the Red Ranger. Red is one of my favorite colors, so I'm absolutely happy that I got the Red Ranger. I grew up, I never watched the TV show, but I watched the movie growing up. Really liked the movie. And I watched the recent movie, and I actually really did like it. So, big win for me. I'm liking that one as well. Really, this is a fantastic box. This is a fantastic box. Last but not least is the spoiler booklet and the autograph. And I'll just kind of like, who is it? Who is it? Do you say? Do you say? Do you know? Do you know? It's Samwise. This is Samwise, played by Sean Astin, who a lot of you also might recognize in the Stranger Things as Bob. I miss Bob. I want Bob to come back. I actually did like Bob. So, he is the autograph of the month. I'm not sure which autographs. There were a few pictures that you could have gotten from him, but I bought the guaranteed case, so I'm super happy to receive that one. And let's see what you could have gotten, and we can make sure that we got everything we should have, and seeing if we have any extras in here. There was the Dragon Age vinyl. A huge fan of that. I'm going to go ahead and give this a 7 out of 10. Big win for me. I'm liking the Dragon Age vinyls. There is the 7-piece die set. Huge fan of this. I can always use more dice around the house. Also getting a 7 out of 10. Love that item. There's the Hero Clicks pieces, each getting 7 out of 10. I'm interested. Not sure if I'm going to enjoy it, but I'm definitely interested. So there's a lot of interest in this area, and it's a genre that I like with Lord of the Rings. So yeah, 7 out of 10. There is the Rock Paper Scissor Wizard, or Rock Paper Wizard. Huge fan of getting a board game in a box, especially one that's a genre like this. This is absolutely awesome. I have high hopes for this one, 8.5 out of 10. So that is a great item. We then got the pin set. There are a lot of pins here, and it is of a genre I like, but it's just one of the worst kind of pins that you can get. So I'm giving this a 4 out of 10. Just kind of on the back burner for me. Looks like the cards were toss-ins. They weren't a part of the original month. Really not a fan of these. They'll be getting less and less of a value on my show. I'm going with a 2 out of 10 for the cards. Just not a fan of them. Just not a fan of them. If you're a card collector and you see all these cards I've been getting, let me know. I'll give them to you really cheap. Maybe just shipping and handling. Like, I don't want them. Get them out of here. Take them away from me. Let's go ahead. We did get the Mystery Mini, which you always have a chance to get in a box. We did get that, as well as the autograph. So, absolutely loving that. This is going to go ahead and get a 7.5 out of 10. Love getting pops. And I like the genre, so win on that. There is the shirt that you could have gotten, the Dungeons & Dragons shirt. Absolutely in love with this one as well. I like the design. I like this Dungeons & Dragons. This one is also going to get a 7.5 out of 10. Winner, winner. There were 3 options, it looks like, for the Samwise autograph, Sean Astin. You could have gotten this one. You could have gotten a full-bodied Lord of the Rings one with him holding a sword, which I think would have been the better choice of getting, but I'm still super happy with this one. Or you could have got him as a kid playing in the Goonies. I'm glad I got this one. I like this one more. I like the Goonies, don't get me wrong, but if you give me a choice, I'm picking Lord of the Rings over the Goonies any day of the week. So, happy. That is going to get a... Since it wasn't the one that I wanted the most out of the set, I'm going to go ahead and give this an 8.5 out of 10. Alright, so that is going to do it for April's Collector's Case of 2017. I look forward to getting my other two boxes. That means both of them are just the chance cases. One of them is a chance case for Data from Star Trek. Fingers crossed. Fingers crossed. And the other one is for Jason Isaacs, who's played in a wide range of movies, but he's also known for, mostly I guess recently, is Harry Potter as the Malfoy, the father Malfoy. I forget if it's Lucius or Draco. It's one of the two. It's one of the Malfoys. Anyway, I hope to receive those very soon. Maybe I'll receive one a day until I have them all in hand. But I'll see you in the next unboxing. Probably a collector's case. Later, dudes!